everyone. Today let's learn verbs. Verbs and the different tenses. Verbs means it is an action. Verb is an action word. Any action. Action can be done in the past. It can be. We can do that action in the present, and sometimes we can do the action in the future also. So from that we can understand that tense that is related to, or action that is related to the time. What are the time? Which time? Can you say which time? It is about past, about present, and about future. So that's why verbs are divided into different tenses. So can you tell me which are the tenses? How many tenses are there? Yeah, there are 3 tenses. So which are they? They are, so tenses, and they are present tense, past tense, and future tense. So 3 tenses are there: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Present tense means the action that is happening in the present time, this time. Then past tense means the action that already happened. That action already happened in the past. Future means the action that will happen. We don't know whether it will happen or not. That is also there. So 3 tenses are there: present, past, and future. So these tenses are divided into 4 categories. So let us discuss one by one. I already told you each tense has 4 forms. So let's see the first one. So first one is simple, present tense, then simple past tense, then simple future tense. So all are simple. So first one is simple present tense. That means first form of the tense is simple present. That is in the case of present tense. Other forms are also there in the case of present tense. So we can relate these 3 things together. Then it will be easy for you. So simple present tense. Same way past tense has also the first form simple past. And same way future tense also has the first form simple future. Now let's see the rule of using present tense, simple present tense. How can we say it as simple present tense? So here the rule is this. First you have to write subject, then subject plus V1 or V1 plus S plus, this is enough, V1 or V1 plus S. That is the tense of the, that is the form of simple present tense. Do you know what is V1? V1 means the root form of the verb. For example, walk. This is the root form. This is the V1 form. And what is V1 plus S? That is walk plus, this is V1 plus S is walks. So these 2 forms we can use with simple present tense. So what is the rule? With subject you can use V1 or V1 plus S. After that you can use objects or other parts of speech. So anyway, important thing is V1 or V1 plus S. That is the rule of simple present tense. So that is a structure of simple present tense. Here we have to think one thing. The subject should always agree with the verb. See, V1, I know some of you have some doubts where we have to use V1, where we have to use V1 plus S. So that I will tell you. Let us think of pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. Here, I told you you can use V1 or V1 plus S to write simple present tense. So just think of the word walk or walks. So with I, we, and you have to use V1 form, that is root form of the verb. Example is walk. I, we, you have to use V1 form. Example is walk. That means with plural, we is plural and you can be considered either a singular or plural. Anyway, with plural you have to use V1 form. That is verb without S. But what about I? I is only singular. Even then you have to use V1 form. That is an exceptional case. So with I you have to use V1 form, or example is walk. And let's say if we use V1 form with plural subject, then naturally we have to use V1 plus S with singular subject. For example, he, she, it. These three are singular. So we have to use V1 plus S. Example, walk. Walk plus S, that is walks. So with singular you have to use V1 plus S to make simple present tense. Example is he, she, it. He or she or it. There you have to use walks. And what about they? They is more than one. It is plural. So I told you one thing. With plural we have to use V1 form. So with they we have to use V1, that is walk. So you have to note down all these things and study very well. So instead of he, you can give a name. For example, Arun. Arun walks. She. You can give a name, that is Arunima. So Arunima walks. Then what about it? It can be a non-living thing or a living thing. So naturally we can use the name of an animal. So it is the cat walks. What about they? They means more than one. Arun and Arunima walk. Arun and Arunima walk. Then what about sometimes we can use animals also. So cats walk. Cats walk. Dogs walk. Is it clear to you? So the subject should agree with the verb in the case of simple present tense. Simple present tense can use the verb form V1 or V1 plus S. V1 means root form, that is example is walk. That is the verb without any suffix, without any addition, without any S or ing or ed or anything. Only you can use the root form or base form. So example walk, V1 plus S, example walks. You have to use only these two things with simple present tense. But before you use, you have to think whether it is agreeing with the subject. So the easy way is you have to think of the pronouns. Then you can give names instead of these pronouns. Then it will be clear to you. So you use many names and many examples yourself and find out many verbs and you write in V1 form as well as V1 plus S form. That time we can understand the difference. Okay. So that's about present, simple present tense. Now let's see past tense. It's very easy. We have to use only one form, that is V2 form. V2 form is the past tense form of the verb. So that means we have to add, most of the case we can add ed. So this V2 form of walk is walked. What is that? Walked. Most of the case you can add ed, but some cases it may change. For example, come is the present tense form and came is the past tense form. So such cases there will be some difference. Another example, run. Run is present tense form, ran is past tense form. There some differences are there, but most of the case you can add ed, then you can get the next form. And another example, eat. Eat, past tense form is ate. So here I told you past tense form is V2 form, that is walked. That means with all the subjects you can use what? V2 form. Here, for example, here you see, with I, we, you, he, she, it, they. You can use V2 form, that is walked. You have to use walked. Clear? Here no change. Everywhere you can use the same V2 form, walked. Okay, same V2 form, walked. So past tense form is V2, and that is example is walked. I walked, we walked, you walked, he walked, she walked, it walked, they walked. If it is eat, then you have to write I ate, then I ate, we ate, you ate, he ate, she ate, it ate, they ate. That's about past tense, simple past tense. So we studied simple present tense and simple past tense. Next one is simple future. Here we can use the auxiliary, model auxiliaries will or shall plus V1 form. Will or shall plus V1 form. Here example, will, same example, will walk. Here will is the model auxiliary and walk is the V1 form. Or shall walk, will walk or shall walk, or will eat or shall eat, or will run or shall run, or will sleep or shall sleep, or will draw or shall draw. So in this case, let's see how these subjects agree with the future, simple future tense. So how what's the structure? Here all cases you can use will plus V1 form. That is, example is will walk. You can also use shall with I and we. Other cases also you can use shall, but that we can discuss later. So example, I will walk, we will walk, you will walk, he will walk, she will walk, it will walk, and they will walk. So have to think this very much. That is simple. First form is simple present tense. In the case of past tense, it is simple past tense. In the case of future, it is simple future. And here the rule is, or structure is V1 plus V1 or V1 plus S. In the case of simple past tense, it is V2. In the case of simple future, it is will or shall plus V1. So that's about simple. The second form of the tense. We already studied that simple is the first form and second one is continuous. What is that? Continuous form. So, in the case of present tense there is present continuous. In the case of past tense there is past continuous, and in the case of future it is future continuous. So, let's see one by one. Present continuous. So we can give a box here. Present continuous. The structure is subject plus verb, that is V1 plus ing form of the verb. Before that, we have to use is, or, are, or, am. Am or is or are. Present is, the structure is am or is or are plus V1 plus ing form of the verb, or verb plus ing form of the verb. Example, we can use, example is this, am or is or are plus, just think of walk. So it is V1 form of walk is walk itself plus ing is ing, walking. Am or is or are plus walking. Am or is or are plus walking. So now let's see where, how this helping verbs am or is or are agreeing with the subject. So here also we can think of the pronouns. Example, I, we, you, then he, she, it, and they. Here with I, you have to use, with I in the case of present continuous you always use only am. I am. We never use am with any of this. Only with I. Am plus ing form of the verb, that is walking. I am walking. Then what about be? With here in this case with plural we are using are plus ing form of the verb, and with singular we use is plus ing form of the verb. So here we and you is both of them are plural, so you have to use are plus ing form of the verb walking. Are walking. Are walking. So I told you with plural you have to use are plus ing form of the verb in the case of present continuous. Then what about other cases singular? He, she, it. Three of them are singular. So you have to use is plus ing form of the verb is walking. That means he is walking, she is walking, it is walking. Then what about they? They is plural. So we have to use follow this rule, are walking. They are walking. Is it clear to you? That means with I you have to use am plus ing form, that is I am walking. Then with we, that is plural, so we are walking. You may be singular or plural, so we can use are walking. He is walking, she is walking, it is walking, because they are singular. Then they are walking because they is plural. So in this place he, she, it, we can give name. In the case of they also we can give name. He, example, Arun is walking. Then she, Arunima is walking. It. The cat is walking. They. The dogs are walking. Or Arunima and Arun are walking. So that is the case. So when you write any form, you have to think whether the subject is agreeing with the verb. Next case. Before this, let me hold it. Next one is past continuous. Past continuous. In this case, the rule is was or were plus verb plus V1 plus ing form. Verb plus ing form of the verb. Example, was or were plus walking. That is the example. Was or were plus walking. Just think of one thing. Was can be used with singular subject and were can be used with plural subject. In the case of present tense, is and am, both of them used with singular. Same way, here was also used with singular. Is ends with s, was also ends with s. That means both of them can be, is or was can be used with singular. Then what about where? Here same with the case of are. Are can be used with plural. Here where also can be used with plural. Where are ends with re, where also ends with re. So both of them can be used with plural. So that's an easy way to remember. So let's see one by one how this subject is agreeing with the verbs. So I is singular, so I was walking. Then we and you both are plural, so we were walking, you were walking. Then what about he, she, it? Three of them are singular, so he was walking, she was walking, it was walking. Then what about they plural, so they were walking. Is it clear to you? Subject always agrees with the verb. I was walking, we were walking, you were walking, he was walking, she was walking, it was walking, they were walking. That's about past tense. Now we have to think of one more thing, that is future tense. Before that, let me rub the board. Now let's think of future. Future, the rule is, in future continuous, the rule is will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. Will or shall or be plus V1 plus ing form. Example, will or shall or be plus walking. Here also continuous means always the verb ends with ing form. That's why present continuous also ing form, past also ing form, future also ing form. So the rule or the structure of future continuous is will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. Example, will or shall plus be plus walking. So let's see the how the subject is agree with the verb, that is future continuous. So let's see one by one. Here, in the case of I, we can use either will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. Same way with the case of we also, you can use will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. In all these cases, you can use you, he, she, it, they. All cases we can use will plus be plus ing form of the verb. So let's see. Let us write. The rule is will plus be plus ing form, that is will be walking. In the case of I and we can use shall also. So I will be walking, we will be walking, you will be walking, he will be walking, she will be walking, it will be walking, and they will be walking. Everywhere you can use will plus be plus ing form of the verb. And in the case of I and we can use shall plus be plus ing form of the verb. So before we move on to next one, we can refresh one more time. Present second form of the second tense is continuous. First one is simple. So in the case of present tense, it is present continuous. Then past, in the case of past tense, it is past continuous. In the case of future, it is future continuous. And the structure of present continuous is am or is or are plus verb plus ing form, or am or is or are plus ing form of the verb. In the case of past tense, it is was or were plus ing form of the verb. Was or were plus verb plus ing form, that is was or were plus ing form of the verb. And next one is future continuous. Here will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. Will or shall plus be plus ing form of the verb. That's about continuous tense.
Now let's go through the uses of different tenses. So let's start with simple present tense. When is the simple present tense used? Let's see. The simple present tense is used to indicate a habitual action. Example, Karina goes for a swim every Sunday. That means if you are doing some actions regularly, some habits, then we can use this simple present tense. Here example is Karina goes for a swim every Sunday. That's her goes for a swim. That is her habitual action. That's why goes is used. This simple present tense is used to denote situations that are nearly permanent. Some situation that is permanent, then we can use simple present tense. Example, she has 2 sons. That's a permanent action. So because it's a permanent situation, having 2 sons, so that's why she has 2 sons. Here has is simple present tense. In this case, it is simple present tense, has. Next one, it is used to express general truths. Simple present tense is used to express general truths. Example, a true friend is a precious gift. That is a general truth, isn't it? The sun rises in the east. That is also a general truth or universal truth. So in such cases, we can use simple present tense. Here the simple present tense used is. is stands alone here. That's why even though it is can be used as is has can be used as helping verb, but in this case it is used as the main verb. So here the simple present tense is used. Next one, simple present tense is used in exclamatory sentences beginning with here or there. If the exclamatory sentence begins with here or there, then we can use simple present tense. Example, here comes the real star of the program. Here it is an exclamatory sentence and begins with here. That's why the simple present tense comes is used. Simple present tense is used to indicate a firm plan. If you have a firm decision or firm plan, then we can use simple present tense. Example, Uncle Gaurav and Aunt Hema leave for Germany next month. Leaving for Germany, that is a firm plan. So that's why leave is used here. That is the simple present tense. And simple present tense is used to give instructions. If you want to give instructions, you can use simple present tense. Cut the apple into small pieces. Here this sentence is an imperative sentence. It is giving an instruction. So it is an imperative sentence. So the simple present tense cut is used here. Another use is it is used in radio and television commentaries and dramatic narratives. The simple present tense is used in radio and television commentaries. So example, all the participants line up on the stage for receiving the certificates. Here this is a commentary. This is the sentence in a commentary. That's why here simple present tense line up is used. So in the case of radio and television commentaries, we can use simple present tense. Next one, use of simple past tense. The simple past tense is used to denote actions and events that occurred in the past and are now completed or over. The actions that are happened in the past and that is already completed. In such cases, we can use simple past tense. Example, we enjoyed the program last week. That is used for a past action whose time is known. We know the time. That is that program took place the last week. That's why we enjoyed. Enjoyed is the event already happened. That thing already happened. So we use simple past tense. When did you buy this furniture? Here, when the speaker wants to know the time of the past action. Here, the furniture already bought. That's why the action already happened. That's why here did buy is used. Did buy is the past tense. So the speaker want to know which time the action took place. That's why simple past tense used. Another example, the 4 friends played basketball every evening. So that action also happened. That's saying that the 4 friends played basketball every evening. It's about the past. So simple past tense can be used to denote the actions and the events that occurred in the past and are completed now. Now, simple future. The simple future tense is used to denote an action that we believe will happen in the future. If some actions will happen in the future or believed to be happen in the future, then we can use simple future tense. Example, Garima will learn swimming. That learning of swimming that can be happen in future, believed to be happen in future. That's why will learn is used here. Will learn is the simple future tense. We shall go there tomorrow. That is also the action that will happen next time. That is in future. That is tomorrow. So shall go is the simple future. The simple future tense is also used to indicate a promise or an offer. If we want to say a promise or an offer, then we can use simple future. Example, Beena will help you. That is a promise. That particular person will help you. That will happen in the future. Shall I carry these notebooks for you? That is an offer. Shall I carry these notebooks for you? So, going to is also used to express future action. We use going to express an intention or scheduled event in the future. If we have a pre-planned schedule, then we can use going to. If that action will happen in future, then we can use going to. Example, Vihan and Vivek are going to play football with their friends soon. So, that action will happen only in the future, but that is already planned one. That is already scheduled event. So that's why going to is used. Vihan and Vivek are going to play football with their friends soon. So let's see the form to use going to. The going to form of the future tense is as follows. That is or am or are plus going to plus root form of the verb. That means you have to use is according to the subject. With singular we can use is. With I we can use am. With plural we can use are. After that we can use going to and also root form or V1 form of the verb. That is the format of using going to. Is or am or are plus going to plus V1 form of the verb. Next one, uses of the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense is used to emphasize or give more stress to the present condition or situation. Example, Hina is learning Russian these days. This is indicating we are giving stress or emphasis to the present condition or situation. That's why Hina is learning Russian these days. Then another use is present continuous tense is used to indicate planned future actions. If we have some actions that will happen in future and we are already planned or scheduled, then we can use going to. Example, they are going to Nainital for annual vacation. Here are going to, that is the action that will happen in future but it is already planned. Then present continuous tense is used to indicate change, development and progress. That is some action that can change and also that can develop on the way and that can progress. Then we can use present continuous tense. The concern for the environment is increasing. Here it is some changes may happen, some development may happen. That's why here the present continuous tense is used. The concern for the environment is increasing. Another use of present continuous tense is It is used to indicate habitual actions that persist in spite of warning. Example, they are always criticizing their cousin. Some habitual actions that is not in a positive way, but it is in a negative way, then that time we can use this present continuous tense. In spite of warning, still that habitual action continuing, then we can use present continuous tense. That's why the example, they are always criticizing their cousin. That is not in a positive way, that is in a negative way. Next one is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is used to talk about an action going on at a particular point in time in the past. Is some action that continues at a particular point in the past, then we can use past continuous tense. For example, I was working all day yesterday. That means yesterday throughout I was working. That activity was continuing. Then past continuous tense is used to express an action that was persistent habit in the past. If some habit continues in the past, we can use past continuous tense. Example, she was always telling stories to her grandchildren. That means this time it is not continuing, only in the past. She was always telling stories to her grandchildren. That means that was the habitual action of that grandmother to tell the stories to her grandchildren. That's why past continuous tense is used. Next one, future continuous tense. Here the future continuous tense is used to denote an action that will be going on at some point in the time of future. This future continuous tense, it can be used at some point. It will continue in the continue for some point in the future. Example, Varun will be leaving for his training in April. Here at that time, that action will happen only in the future, but that time that particular action will continue for some time. That's why Varun will be leaving for his training in April. Another example, the passengers will be waiting when the train arrives. That action also continue in the future, continue for some time in future. And the future continuous tense is also used to refer to planned events, particularly those associated with travel. If some actions already planned and if it has some association with the travel, then we can use future continuous tense. For example, father will be reaching Mumbai by 9 p.m. Here it is associated with the travel, so that's why that action will happen only in the future and continue for some time. So that's why father will be reaching Mumbai by 9 p.m. So that's about the structure or format of the tenses. Here today we studied the simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense. Then we studied this future continuous, present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. So I hope all of you understood all these things. What you have to do is, I will give one assessment link in the description box. You just click on to that assessment link and do the questions given there, and after doing the questions you can get the score and also you can get the correct answer. So try to do that also. So all the best. Thank you for watching.